What up, everybody? It's your boy Theo E.J. Wilson, and let us talk about this woke culture that has turned to complainer culture. Oh my God, y'all. Listen, man, whenever you're faced with an oppressive situation or some situation that you just don't like, you only really have three empowered choices. Number one, change the situation. Number two, leave the situation. And three, accept it fully and drop all your negativity toward it. Let's look at this in context of slavery, right? First situation, change it, right? That's what Haiti did. Haiti was like, I hate slavery. I'm ending slavery. Let's have a revolution. Everybody followed Toussaint. And they was like, yeah, now we free, right? Second approach, leave the situation. That's the Harriet approach. Hey, man, slavery sucks. I'm about to get out. Is y'all coming or not? That's an empowered decision. And the third, a lot of people don't like this one, but it's actually to accept it. A lot of our ancestors, more than we care to admit, actually made the decision to accept it, right? And create an emotional space, a buffer between the physical suffering and the mental suffering. A lot of people like, hey, that sounds like cooning, that sounds like broken spiritness. Well, actually, what ended up happening is they found joy again, they found a partner, they found just enough time and space to have sex and survive so that your black ass could get here. Those are the three empowered choices. So let's look at it in context of America. A lot of us need to figure out, is this a salvageable experiment for black folks? And with that question comes questioning our integration situation right now, right? A lot of us rightfully critiquing integration and saying, listen, man, we lost our economic sovereignty, we lost our ability to unify, we lost our sense of peoplehood, and we were drained financially from having the ability to affect outcomes the way that we want to. Those are our real critiques. But what did you gain from integration? You know what you got? You got the ability to actually be consumers now. A lot of us are just too goddamn comfortable. A lot of us don't realize that now we have civil rights legislation, we have hate crime legislation that we could impose actual consequences against people who are bigoted towards us, right? And you got the space to complain. Oh yeah, you did. In fact, America had to make space for our narrative to even look like it was the land of the free. So yeah, a lot of y'all talking, but you're not acting, right? You got three choices. Leave the situation, change the situation, or accept the situation. And with that, there are two paths that lie ahead of black people now. Either reparation or separation. That's what it looks like. Change the situation or leave the situation. Now, the United Nations has already ruled that black Americans, ADOS, the American descendants of slaves, are in fact owed reparations. This is not a debate. There's a checklist of genocidal hate crimes that nations can commit against their minority populations that make them owed reparations. America done checked every box. It's fact. We are owed. But if you don't get it, if people don't actually start to ride for you, if the majority population keeps on gaslighting you and denying you the resources so that by the year 2050, as Forbes magazine says, black America will have zero net worth, then can you stay in that situation? You see what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people are like, well, what about revolution? Highly unlikely. Why? Integration simply made us too goddamn comfortable. In fact, the most likely revolution in this country will come from white veterans. When they start realizing that America fucked them over and their benefits ain't coming, they coming for their former commanders. It's the Spartacus principle. Those who you train to kill are eventually going to kill you with their training. That's the most likely revolution in this country. In fact, as a side note, I believe Fox News only exists to lull armed white men to sleep. Keep them focused on niggas, Mexicans, Muslims, and the gays that are challenging their Christian values, right? So they be having moments where they be about to wake up. They be like, oh no, well, what about my veterans benefits? And they be like, dun, 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 go to sleep. And the white boy be like, niggas, Mexicans, Muslims, right? And then white boy be about to wake up. He's like, hold up, socialism for the poorest, and the problem is socialism for the rich. You know what I'm saying? I'm not having job security because dun, 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 dun. White boy fall asleep again. Niggas, Mexicans, Muslims is my problem. Armed white boy be like, wait a second. Why did Tower 7 in New York fall during 9/11 when there wasn't dun, 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 dun? It falls right back asleep again, right? Veterans are uncomfortable. They are likely to strike out. Black folks, we too comfortable. We were more likely to strike out during the time where there was Klansmen marching streets and there were whites only signs and Negroes hanging from trees all everywhere, right? So now this is the situation that we're in. We have to be adult enough to stop complaining about it because we're about to complain ourselves into a goddamn tumor and a heart attack. That's what you're going to get from complaining all this time. You're going to get hypertension and high blood pressure, and your life will be shortened. You have to make one of these three empowered choices. Take the Haiti approach and change it. Take the Harriet approach and leave it, or accept that shit totally and be an adult about it, all right? because anything else is just fucking stupidity. I'm tired of it, and I know y'all are too, right? It's your boy Theo EJ Wilson talking about what's gonna make us better. Like, follow, and share this message if you want to keep this conversation going. I'm out. Peace.